Hi, Clips recap here. In today's movie, I'm gonna explain a 2018 action-packed thriller movie titled Ocean's 8. A movie of how an all-female crew attempted and pulled out an impossible and biggest heist ever. Be cautious. Spoilers ahead. Kindly readjust and enjoy. Thank you. 5 years, 8 months, 12 days and counting. That's how long Debbie Ocean has been devising the biggest heist of her life while in jail. Debbie is about to be released from prison and placed on parole. They hand her belongings to her while she signs a document and goes away. The next day, she goes to her brother's grave, Danny Ocean, who was also a thief. She's joined by Ruben, who tells her Danny's last words before he died, also highlighting that she'll end up in prison again if she doesn't stop stealing. Debbie pays him no attention and pegs him on the cheek, and then goes away. She meets her partner in crime, Lou Miller, just outside waiting for her. Entering the car, Lou hugs her as she hasn't seen her since she got out of jail. While on it, Debbie throws little light about her planned heist and makes Lou interested. Debbie reveals that they're gonna steal a diamond jewelry locked underground in a vault for ages. At night, she goes to meet her ex Claude Becker in his art gallery show when he saw Debbie and looked a bit nervous. Debbie threatens to balance the score between them and goes away. At dawn at a restaurant, after Lou has heard everything about the heist from Debbie, she thinks it's a suicide mission which might need at least 20 individuals, but Debbie tells her it needs just 7 people. Lou doesn't seem to understand Debbie's point of view, but reluctantly agreed to it. Together, they gradually assembles their team of just female members. A bankrupt fashion designer, Rose Weil, who is in debt of $5 million to the IRS, was the first recruit. They go to meet her, and after some little briefing about their mission, they take her to their apartment where she's shown the jewelry they're about to steal. Next on their list was to find a hacker, and Debbie leaves it to Lou and goes to meet a friend of hers, Amita, who was a jewelry maker and is eager to move out of her mother's house due to her persuasive attitude towards her to get married like her younger sister. She goes for a walk with Debbie, and after briefing her about the heist, agrees to join the girls. Reaching home, she meets Nineball, a hacker from the East Coast which Lou recruited for the heist. Debbie initially didn't approve of Nineball until she hacks the neighborhood's electricity. The next day at a crowded place, they meet a pickpocket called Constance, who after buying lunch for her, agrees to join the gang. The final gang member is Tammy, a mother who fences stolen goods out of her home, receives a call from Debbie telling her to come to her garage. Meeting Debbie after a long time, Tammy reluctantly agrees to join the gang after Debbie whispered how big the heist is. At night, the whole team comes together for the first time, and Debbie explains in full details while also revealing everybody's pay, which is $16.5 million. Debbie plans to steal the Toussaint, a $150 million Cartier necklace, during the upcoming Met Gala, using film star Daphne Kluger as an unwitting accomplice. The team successfully manipulates Daphne into hiring Rose to be her fashion designer for the event. Rose tags Amita along to go meet the Cartier. On getting there, they are attended to by the assistant, who showcases other pieces, but they insist on the Toussaint. He takes them to meet the Cartier, where they manage to convince him to loan the necklace to Daphne for the event. They head to the vault, and the necklace is placed in front of them. They try scanning the necklace, but they were too far underground, and then request to see the necklace in a normal sunlight, where they digitally scan the necklace to manufacture a worthless cubic zirconia replica. Later on, Constance coaches Amita on how to look for a date online and eventually finds a match for her. The next day, Debbie and Tammy goes to the museum to scout and caused a breach in the museum's internet security, prompting them to have a meeting about changing their firewall. Nineball, posing as a cleaner, goes to the board meeting and places a recorder in the trash basket, where she and Debbie listens to their conversation about changing the museum's internet security. Now the team could hack into the museum system without being detected, due to the changes that were being carried out on their firewall. Nineball hacks the security cameras at the toilet and slightly moves it below, where a person's face can't be seen. Tammy secures a job at Vogue and gains access to the gala. She sees the Met Gala's seating chart for each individual as she's shown the way to her desk. She quietly goes back and records it, sending it to the team. They notice a blank spot was left besides Daphne's name, which was meant for her date that night. Rose leads Daphne to invite art dealer Claude Becker, Debbie's ex whose betrayal sent Debbie to prison, as her date for the Met Gala event. Seeing Claude Becker's name inputted beside Daphne's, Lou angrily goes to confront Debbie, who initially denies knowing anything about it before reassuring Lou that it won't jeopardize their plan. At dawn, Debbie goes to the museum while Lou and Nineball checks to see if the blind spots on the cameras were accurately in place. Tammy gets Lou hired as a nutritionist for the event after talking with her boss on getting a nutritionist to help in adequate diet balancing. Rose requests for the Toussaint to be tested by Daphne before the event. After testing it, Rose tries removing it, but she's stopped by one of the guard who reveals that the Toussaint can only be unclasped by a special magnet. Rose requests for the procedure to be done again out of her own interest and secretly makes a video of it, sending it to Lou, who shows it to the team. After watching clips of the video, Nineball enlists her younger sister Veronica's help in creating a duplicate of the special magnet, which she does perfectly. At the gala, Daphne arrives in a pink long gown dress, with Becker and Rose beside her. On the red carpet was also Serena Williams, who smiles to her fans while being interviewed. Lou spikes Daphne's soup. It's served and Daphne consumes it like a hungry lion. Constance goes to the female toilet and locks the doors, leaving just one toilet vacant. Moments later, Daphne runs to the toilet, where Nineball had created a blind spot on the museum's security cameras. The Cartier guards followed Daphne, but are stopped from entering by Debbie, who indicates that the toilet was meant for ladies alone, and they wait outside while Daphne puked into a toilet. Constance comes out of one of the toilet and goes to console Daphne and deftly removes the necklace from Daphne's neck unknown to her. They made use of a busboy as a mule, and Constance secretly puts the necklace in his tray as he took them to Amita in the kitchen, who splits it into smaller piece of jewelry. Daphne comes out of the toilet with the necklace missing from her neck. The guards immediately goes into the toilet in search of it. They interrogate her and she couldn't say where it fell off, prompting them to seal the exits, and the search of the premises and guests commences. After some minutes of intense search, it ends, however, when Tammy pulls the duplicate necklace out of the water and the guests are taken back inside. Constance slips each member of the team a piece of the Toussaint to smuggle out, as Debbie smartly implants a piece of the necklace on Becker unknown to him. Each of the 7 ladies walks out of the event all dressed up, leaving no trace behind. Later on, when the necklace is returned to Cartier, the switch is discovered by the vault keeper, causing an insurance investigator, John Frazier, who is assigned to investigate the situation. He goes to the museum and sees footages of the toilet and queries them about the blind spot and sees the busboy's footage. He interrogates the busboy but couldn't get anything tangible from him. Having crossed paths with the Oceans before, Frazier suspects Debbie when he saw footages of her on the event day, but her careful presence on the gala's footages gives her an unbeatable alibi. He eventually questions Daphne as well, and she told him exactly what she thought happened to her that night. Later on, Daphne meets up with the ladies after being invited by Debbie and Lou, revealing she already knew about the heist, which she figured out by analyzing their actions. She requests for the 1/8 part of the money in exchange for saving them from going to jail, of which they agree. Frazier schedules a meeting with Debbie in a pub, and she goes to meet him. After little discussion about the necklace, Debbie reveals knowing who stole the necklace and shows him Becker's picture. Frazier denotes that Debbie is doing this as a revenge and twofer. She asked him to get a search warrant, but he requested for evidence before he could get a search warrant from the court. Daphne visits Becker, and after going all lovey-dovey with him, cups his hands to the bed and goes to his wardrobe and takes a picture of the piece of diamond in his possession and sends it to Debbie, who in turn sends Frazier the picture of the diamond as evidence to arrest Becker. To further frame Becker, Debbie hires actresses posing as elderly socialites to sell the Toussaint off piece by piece and deposit the money into an account in Becker's name. At dawn, the police takes Becker into their custody and questions him about the piece of diamond in his suits. Becker bluntly denies knowing how the piece got to his possession. As the 8 ladies celebrate their success with bottles of champagne, Lou reveals the heist's true target. While the gala was being evacuated, she and the amazing Yen, an acrobat who worked with Danny, who she sneaked in, together they replaced the Museum of Art display of royal jewels with replicas, escaping with gems even more valuable than the Toussaint. With this new development, their shares of the score skyrocketed to 38 million, $300,000 each. The team boards a train where they go their separate ways. Amita travels to Paris with a man she met on Tinder. Rose pays off her debts and opens her own fashion store. Constance buys a spacious loft in the city and becomes a YouTuber. Tammy expands her business in stolen goods. Ball opens a pool hall. Daphne becomes a film director and is shown directing a lookalike. Lou takes her motorcycle on a cross-country road trip. And Debbie mixes and enjoys a martini at Danny's grave, knowing he would be proud of her. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to aid in our channel's growth. Thank you.